the time has come,
the walrus said.
Oh, in comes the N. Just looking around, shrugging, minding its own business. In comes Rareware's logo. Well, bam! It got in the way for that poor little bug. Well, anyway. Hi there! Play that banjo, my friend. I encourage you to watch that full intro on your own, because it is great. It is an amazing intro. And speaking of amazing, this is Banjo Kazooie! Hell yeah! Hell yeah, I love this game. Last year we played Mario 64 on the channel, which is one of the first 3D platformers and really a pioneer in its era. And this came out a couple years later, but it really was groundbreaking for its time, and it's honestly still amazing. That's been the most surprising thing, is I have done a test playthrough to make sure I still know how to do this, because I've only actually beaten this game once, which I did 100% it when I did, and that was years ago, but coming back to it, it's still so much fun. Like, there was not a dull moment as I came back to this game, and so I'm super excited to get this Let's Play going, and if there's any game I can recommend to people watching today who maybe aren't the biggest gamers, or even aren't the biggest Nintendo fans or platformer fans, this is a great game, just to try. It's got a little bit of a slow start, but that's for building the atmosphere, right? We see this intro cutscene where we're entering a witch's chamber to establish a kind of setting. And the music, it's something out of a Saturday morning cartoon, you gotta love it.
Ding pot, by the bench, who's the nicest looking wench?
Why, it's Grunty any day, she really takes my breath away.
Yes, you're right, I'm rather proud. My looks stand me out from the crowd.
I gotta tell you, the music really builds this game's atmosphere really well. But there is this one girl.
What do you mean this cannot be? There's no one prettier than me.
Why, it's Tootie, young and small. She's the prettiest girl of all. Oh, we got a classic fairy tale opening here. That's something I love about this, is that they really tapped into fairy tale, you know, children's cartoon aspect of its storytelling. That's just really charming, you know? I'm not going to be able to voice every cutscene and every bit of dialogue, because there's a lot. But it is amazing, and I love the little voice that every character has. It's unique to them. It helps establish their personality where dialogue and even animation can't really, and that's why Pokemon really needs voice acting, but hey, that's just me. Here we have Bottles. Hi there, Tootie. What are you going to do today?
When my big lazy brother wakes up, we're going on an adventure.
Wait a minute, were her eyes green in the picture, but then blue in the model, and on the picture they look brown? What the hell are Tootie's eye color? What? And here we meet our main heroes. Sleeping in bed, just lying around.
If Tootie thinks she's fairer than me, I'll steal her looks, and ugly she'll be.
The witch Gruntilda's putting together a strange plan. Is that your brother?
Where, Mr. Mole? I can't see him.
Up there in the sky. Uh-oh.
I don't think so. Who is that?
Yeah, I don't think that's my brother. The screaming witch. I have a slight feeling that's not him.
Let me go, you ugly old hag.
The cartoon sound effects. You could tell Rare was really leaning into their style at this point.
Don't scratch and bite, my little bear. You'll soon need bigger underwear.
The dialogue's so cheesy sometimes, too. Oh, what do you want, Kazooie?
Let's get outside. There's trouble.
Oh. Oh, boy. And then just like that, we're in the game. We had our little intro cutscene, but that's about all. So yeah, this game is called Banjo Kazooie, but that's because we're playing as not only Banjo here, we have a bird friend in our backpack who will emerge after we see this mole guy here pop out. How's it going, mister? Listen up, I'm Bottles, the short-sighted mole. I'm Banjo, and this here's my buddy Kazooie. Sure is a strange-looking buddy, Banjo. Can it talk?
Better than you can, Goggle Boy.
What was all that noise about? Where's my sister Tootie? The ugly witch Gruntilda swooped down out of the sky and took her.
Calm down, Geeky. We'll get her back. Where'd she go?
She flew up to her mountain lair. It's really dangerous, so you'll probably need some training before you go up there. Oh, now you're rhyming. Gruntilda has a habit of rhyming all the time, and some other characters do as well, but it's just kind of a cute little charming aspect of the dialogue here. We'd like some help, Bottles. What do we do? Explore this area and look out for my molehills. Stand next to them and press B to call me. See you soon. So yeah, this is our intro tutorial segment. The game looks phenomenal. Like, even by today's standards, I know these textures take a bit to load in and, you know, they're not as detailed or HD as they could be. But still, the effects and everything come together so beautifully, more than you'd imagine from a game of this time. I mean, this is 1998, and this game still looks like it may have been released in, say, 2000 or 2001 even. So yeah, in this intro area, we're going around and trying to get all of these Bottles molehills here, where he's teaching us the rules. And yeah, Kazooie and Bottles do not get along. Kazooie's a little bird friend or a backpack, and she and Bottles hate each other's guts. He's saying something about her feathery butt, and see you at the next molehill. She's calling him worm breath. They do not get along. But yeah, he's teaching us basic stuff that maybe you wouldn't know if you hadn't played Mario 64. Because remember, this is kind of the advent of this era of gaming, you know? This kind of stuff wasn't as commonplace. So they're teaching about like camera controls, which of course is with the C buttons on the N64 controller, as well as using R to reset the camera behind us. He's explaining for us how to jump, as well as... Come on, Feathers, give him a hand.
Why? I'll look silly, I know it.
Jump, then press A again in the air for a double jump. Yep, we can use Kazooie there. We are a combo after all, this isn't just a Banjo game. Not until you learn this one. First, you must stand like this.
What, wearing ridiculous glasses and a silly grin?
Damn, Kazooie. I'm not listening. Hold Z, then press A for the mighty flap flip jump. Yeah, okay. Kind of like the somersault jump Mario had. A lot of the controls are very similar to Mario, but that's really all they had to work with as a basis. You know, Mario 64 was a revolutionary game for its time, and so this game kind of had to emulate it in some fashion. But having Kazooie as a second character here to boost our overall utility and our abilities is really fun. We did manage to pick up this honeycomb over here. Extra honeycomb piece. Collect 6 of us to increase your energy bar. I'm sorry, I couldn't get enough of his voice. Did you hear that? You gotta give props to this game's sound design. It's really fantastic. But yeah, actually, the intro tutorial bit, the reason I'm not skipping it is because I know for a fact we're gonna be getting some extra rewards for having gone around and learned all these moves, mainly those extra honeycombs. Use your control trick to swim on the surface, to swim in our water, press B to dive, go and give it a try. Yeah, the swimming controls in this, I'd say, are much more intuitive than Mario 64, where they're a little finicky by today's standards. We gotta swim under, and yeah, hitting B lets you go underwater, where you can then access stuff like this honeycomb here. I love how the music gets a little muted as you go underwater. It's small details like that that really elevate Banjo Kazooie above a lot of games even today, you know? It's got so much polish, and it was such a small development team of, I think it was less than 20 people, and it was just over a year for development. Maybe a little longer, I don't know. You get another extra honeycomb piece there. Also, if we flap behind the waterfall, extra life, hell yeah. What? Look out for me, I'm an extra life. I love the little dialogue that the items have. The fact they have eyes is so cute and charming, you know? What else you got for me, Bottles? What other moves are you teaching me here? Hey, Banjo, I hope you're not afraid of heights.
I'm not. Tell me about flying, Root Muncher.
Not yet. Banjo, jump onto a tree and then use the control stick to climb up or down. Yeah, I guess Kazooie can't just fly and carry us along. He's just teaching us how to climb up trees for now, which it looks like there's a honeycomb up top of this one. There are 6 honeycombs throughout here, so we gotta make sure we get all of them before carrying on. I think I did a live stream where I played some of this game, like the first couple hours, and I didn't actually do the whole tutorial segment, so we didn't get all the honeycombs, and it's a little jarring starting out with what is essentially less than the standard amount of health. Because I expect you to do these tutorials, certainly on a first playthrough.
At least I've got some legs short stuff.
Damn! Hold Z, then press B for a powerful beaky barrage. Yeah, this is an interesting attack. Instead of Mario's very useless breakdance, we have a incredibly powerful attack here that bursts through many enemies.
I'm trying out this move on you next, Jam Jars.
I like to think Kazooie's East Coast. I don't know why. Something about it. Oh, here we go. Just one more honeycomb in the area, which means one more tutorial we've yet to do. I think I know exactly what one it is, and it's up here. Banjo, it's time for you to learn the claw swipe attack. What is it? I must know. Simply press B when standing still or moving slowly. Sounds good. What can I try it out on? Well, how about bird brain?
Just try it, Bottle Boy.
Only kidding. Let me find something with a challenge. Ah, there's Topper. Whack him, Banjo. So yeah, if we hit the B button, we do a little swipey forward. It's a really ineffective attack. I don't recommend this at all.
Hey, I want some moves.
I'm sorry, Kazooie. Right now we're just kind of swiping away. I mean, we like take a couple steps forward. It's pretty pathetic. Try the fearsome forward roll. Now, this is more my style. Kazooie just wants to learn how to fly. This one, we do a moving attack. So as we're going forward, we roll and become a hitbox entirely. That's more like it. That's better than this pathetic shit right here.
Stop rolling. I feel sick.
Sorry, Kazooie. Jeez. It's time for the buzzard to learn a trick. Oh, here we go.
And it better be a good one, Squinty.
Try out the rat-a-tat by jumping and pressing B in the air. So this is another attack, because it's listed with the attack tutorial here. But this one's a bit more useful, because I find that it also keeps you in midair, kind of like the double jump. Actually, it may keep you at a higher place than the double jump does, because the double jump you start to descend like immediately. This just like holds you there for a bit. So I actually like using the rat-a-tat attack for platforming more than anything. And it's a great attack, because it hits aerial foes like these guys. There we are, and last extra honeycomb. That's it, you've learned all the basic moves. Meet me at the top of the spiral mountain, and I'll tell you what to do next. Alrighty. Got all those extra honeycombs, and just like that, voila! We got ourselves extended health bar. Don't get used to that, because there's not as many of those extra honeycombs around. It's mainly at this tutorial area, and then a couple per world at most. Anyway, yeah, the spiral mountain in the middle, that's exactly what Bottles was talking about. Oh god. We're good. I found Banjo controls very fluid. It's not as loose and exciting as controlling Mario and Mario 64. Like, there's no flick back backflip like that game. It's a lot simpler in its control scheme, you know? It's not... Which is why I think inherently Mario 64 is a bigger speedrunning game, even though there's some community for this speedrunning-wise. But I mean, the fact that we got as much dialogue as we do, and again, his control scheme isn't nearly as loose as Mario's, means it's not quite as much of a speedrunning game. But it is very, very fun in that way. Look out for me inside, good luck! Yeah, just like that, we're heading into the witch Gruntilda's lair. In we go. And I love how the music changes based on where you're going, what's near you. Again, the polish in this game, it cannot be overstated. Uh-oh, Tootie's imprisoned.
This fine contraption, so I'm told, will make me young and Tootie old. Let me go, you fat hag. My brother will come and kick your butt. Rescue you, he will not dare. There's so many dangerous things in my lair. Hurry, Clungo, push that switch. I'm tired of being an ugly witch.
Yes, Mistress Grunty, power is on. Soon be ready.
Banjo, help!
Oh boy. They painted out like this whole game is going to take place in like a few minutes with one main encounter. But now as we enter Grunty's lair and she taunts us with some dialogue right away.
This is where the fun begins.
We're immediately thrust into what is really the main hub. Think of like a reverse Peach's Castle, where Peach's Castle has been overtaken by villains. This place is a fort of hers we have to storm ourselves. And just like Peach's Castle, their world's all about, there are also some collectibles within the overworld itself, such as these things here.
Hey, it's me, Mr. Jiggy. Now go and find a picture with a piece missing.
We picked ourselves up a Jiggy. And Kazooie swallows it there. The Jiggies are the main collectibles. Think of them like the Power Stars in Mario 64. Or if you used to a more modern platformer, think of them like moons in Mario Odyssey. We have a gateway here we can't enter. This is the first world, Mumbo's Mountain. To open the door, you'll need to find the jigsaw picture with an image of this area on it. Yeah, have a look around. It can't be far away. Yeah, it literally is just up here. All we gotta do is go up here. To enter the world shown in the picture, you must fill in the missing spaces with the jigsaw pieces. You'd think there'd be some puzzle here of like fitting the pieces in correctly so they fit right and forming the picture correctly, but no, we literally just push the A button and it puts us there for us. I don't know. And we also don't enter the picture Mario 64 style, it just opens the door somewhere else. Sometimes the worlds and the pictures can be kind of far off from one another, but most of the time they're relatively close to one another. So with all that out of the way, let's just get into Mumbo's Mountain, the first proper world of the game. And here we are. There are 3 new moves to learn in this world. Find my molehills and I'll explain. So yeah, this is the world where we're allowed to just freely go around and explore, fight some enemies, pick up some goodies. Those honeycombs are of course health, which we usually get after killing a single enemy. We have music notes here, which are kind of like our coins. I'm a note, 1 of 100 on each world. Collect just to open the note doors. We can break these things here, which give us a whole bunch of health. And mainly you'll find that the worlds are so open and free that you just go around collecting shit. There's never a dull moment in any Banjo Kazooie world. With one exception, which is my least favorite world in the game, but we'll get to that much later on. But in the meantime, this is just a super fun experience, going around collecting notes, collecting jiggies, like the one we got in the overworld, like this one here. You must search for 10 of us on each world. We'll help you progress through the witch's lair. Alright, you got it, Mr. Jiggy. But this is an important distinction between this game and Mario 64. We collected the Jiggy, we're not immediately booted out. Like, Bottles tells us he can leave if we stand on the starting pad we came from, but otherwise we're just going around getting more stuff. Why not? So we're in Mario 64, each star feels like an episode of a show. You know, the world's just more the setting that binds them together. The worlds in Banjo Kazooie feel like a full-on movie, to make a kind of media comparison, because we have all these totals here. If we go to view totals, we have ourselves 10 Jiggies, 100 of those music notes, and a couple of extra honeycombs we can collect if we happen to find them. And even more importantly than that is what Bottles mentioned at the start, which is to find his hills and learn the new moves from Banjo's moveset. Which of course there's more on early on, but the later we get in the game, the less new moves there really are. This is an incredibly useful move here. Hold Z, then press the left C button. Continue to hold Z while moving Kazooie around with the control stick. Go practice. Yeah. Incredibly important move here. As we're holding Z and we hit left on the C pad. We're now moving around as Kazooie, and Kazooie can go straight up these harsh inclines here. We also move pretty darn fast, so I just kind of like moving around as Kazooie herself. We picked up a Jinjo. There's 5 Jinjos in each world, as you can see, the multicolor ones, and freeing all of them is how you get one of the Jiggies. So kind of like how in Mario 64, 1 star is dedicated to the 7 red coins, one of the Jiggies here is always going to be dedicated to the 5 Jinjos. Another collectible we have here is just a little Mumbo token. Me Mumbo token, used for Mumbo magic. That's all the explanation you get, damn. Alright. Yeah, now being able to move around as Kazooie means we can just tackle these hills with ease. Look at us gliding by, picking up notes, all that good stuff. This is what makes Banjo Kazooie so fun, is that there's a healthy amount of things to collect. It's not too much, it's not too little, it's just perfectly exactly how you'd like it to keep you occupied in each world. There's another Jinjo for us as we're getting up these notes. It's satisfying, but it's not boring per se. Oh, you've just collected enough notes to break the first note door. Yeah, those are little checkpoint barriers in Gruntilda's lair. If we try to leave Mumbo's Mountain and go to the next world, there's a door in our way that'll require us to have 50 notes. Hello there. Grar, this congas tree, me hit bear with oranges. Well, you can kind of tell what we have to do here. Oh, this texture got a little broken there. Ow, I took the hit, but it was worth it. Oh, come on, that's like right on top of it. It's gotta be pretty imperfect, huh? There we go, there's a second one, last one over here. Nope, I'll take the hit, whatever. We get a Jiggy. Clever bear find Conga's gold, that's right. Take that, Conga. You're no Donkey Kong, although Rareware did make Donkey Kong Country. Oh, hello there. Chimpy hungry, want orange now, feed Chimpy. Oh, we gotta get you an orange, huh? I believe what we gotta do is climb up the tree and pick one up from here. Hey, that Conga's orange, put it back. Sorry, Conga. Oranges are nice. I like that that's what the orange itself says. Chimpy like Conga's orange. Chimpy help fat bear and bird. Damn, call him Banjo fat. I'm sure he doesn't mind. Banjo comes across as the most basic, lovable goofball as a protagonist. There we are. We've already got ourselves, like, over 50 notes, which is over half of them. 3 of the Jiggies, 2 of the Jinjos. Like, we've been doing so much collecting, you forget the time, you know? Time for the buzzard to learn the ancient ways of the egg. I'm listening, Beetle Breath. Hold Z, then press the top Z button to shoot an egg out of your mouth. Hey, sounds cool. Anything else? Sure, press the bottom C button instead, and you can shoot them out from behind. Sheesh, sounds painful. I wish I'd never asked. Birdbrain can carry 100 eggs in her backpack. Oh, and you can also use the control stick to aim while you are crouching. Yeah. So like we have the ability to run around as Kazooie if we hold Z and hit left. Holding Z and hitting up or down will shoot projectiles from Kazooie like so. And it just takes these eggs, which are just kind of around as little ammunition for us. It's so expansive what's in this game, and yet it all flows together beautifully. Oh god, watch out for that. Oh, I took a hit. Ow. But also, the solutions for a lot of these Jiggies come to me naturally. Like, I've forgotten how to get a couple of Jiggies in my recent test playthrough I've done of this game, but most of them you just find along the way. You don't ever have to look anything up. You don't need Nintendo Power anymore. Those days are over. Oh, there we go. We got him. Anyone else recognize that was a World of Warcraft sound effect? Alright, dropping that Jiggy for us. You're done, Conga. I'm afraid to say your orange throwing days are over. Is there anything else on the other side here? There's some more eggs. Oh, and another one of Mumbo's tokens. Again, just for magic, I guess. Oh, and we also have this. This is a witch switch. Wait a minute. We haven't learned the move. We need to activate that. Whoops. I know where we can get it. That's fine. Actually, I know a shortcut, too, which is using the Talon Trot here. Plus, might as well pick up this Jinjo along the way. And it looks like some notes down there. Just there's always stuff in your path to pick up, to collect. Like I said, and I'm sure I'll reiterate many times throughout this playthrough, there's never a dull moment in Banjo Kazooie. It's always this energetic, fun platformer that anybody can enjoy, really. I think this is one of the most accessible video games in the 3D platformer market. And that's saying a lot considering the genre's kind of had a re-spiral with games like Yooka-Laylee, A Hat in Time, and Mario Odyssey in recent years, kind of repopularizing the whole 3D collectathon genre. And in games like SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom, which, you know, those are all games I want to get to someday, but this really takes the cake as one of the most accessible and still fun, which is impressive for being a game that's from 1998. Like, of course, okay, I gotta come full transparent here. I prefer Mario 64. I prefer its control scheme, and I prefer its structure and everything else. But I am 1000% willing to recognize that this is probably the better game. I have some bias when it comes to Mario 64. So hey, we got another Jiggy here along this path. I will say the Jinjos, you know, they kind of feel not as important in the earlier parts of the game, because, you know, they're a fifth of a Jiggy, essentially, and you're finding Jiggies pretty frequently throughout the game. I mean, heck, we just found one. Here's another one in this skull eye here. Like, we've already collected more Jiggies in this world than there are Jinjos in this world total. Some of this terminology may be seen a little wacky and difficult to understand, but well, it's part of the game's charm, don't you know? We have another Mumbo token here. Well, we go inside this foreboding skull house, huh? In here, we find Mumbo, who's sleeping, hanging around. How's it going? Me Mumbo, best shaman in all game. Can help Banjo and Filthy Feathered One.
Watch it, Hut Boy.
Mumbo's magic token hid by witch. Find tokens and Mumbo help you. Banjo not good enough tokens for Mumbo magic. Look at sign. Okay. Sure thing, Mumbo. Mumbo's great. Who doesn't love Mumbo? He was in the intro, after all, if you happen to watch that. Yeah, we need one more of Mumbo's tokens if we're gonna get his reward he's offering there. So we'll worry about that later, after we can collect maybe some more. We do have something else here, including the last... Oh, pardon me, sir. My word. We have the last of Bottles' new moves he's gonna teach us. I call this the Beak Buster. Jump into the air, then press Z to send Kazooie slamming hard down to the floor. Yeah, it's basically the ground pound.
I don't like the sound of that, Banjo.
Get used to it, Nest Girl. You'll be using it a lot. Yeah, that's fair. Banjo, there's nothing more I can teach you on this world. Bottles is always on top of making sure you have your totals down. That's the thing, it's a collectathon, but nothing about it feels tedious. You can always view your totals, there's no pressure to get everything, but it's fun to get everything, I'll say that much. So we can ground pound all of these to pick up some... Oh, wait a minute, you're not a good thing. Get him with the... Oh, I meant to get him with the claw swipe, alright. Oh, there's a Jinjo in here. And that was the last Jinjo, so we got another Jiggy out of that, nice. 7 Jiggies. Not too bad at all. Oh, we have an extra life here. And one last hut here. What do we have? Also a Jiggy. And so that is just 2 left in the whole world. How long have I been in Mumbo Mountain here? Because they also say how much time we've spent. We've only been in here for 12 minutes and we're nearly done with this world. That's what's satisfying, because you're always collecting stuff, you're always finding stuff to do. And it's different, you know? This is an interesting, different kind of challenge where we gotta shoot into these teepee mouths. This is, you know, interesting challenge. Actually, before I take that last one down, we gotta grab ourselves extra honeycomb piece. We hadn't been getting any of those yet, but we got them now. And again, just challenge after challenge, fun bit after fun bit. We're at 9 Jiggies now. We just need one more of Mumbo's tokens to get a special reward from him. Although, I'm trying to remember where I can get some of the Mumbo tokens. Those are less world collectible and more just like a currency that we find all over the place, so... I don't always know exactly where to find all those. Where might I have missed some of Mumbo's tokens? Well, I know that now that I'm back here and I have learned the ground pound ability, we can at least go up here, do a bit of platforming, and we need to ground pound this symbol here. This is a witch switch. A witch switch? Yeah, that's it. And that basically just activates another collectible, another Jiggy for us to get in the main hub world, Grunty's Lair. So that's fun. It's another bonus thing to collect, which may be, again, kind of overwhelming for some folks who prefer the go to A to B kind of platformer, Mario World style. But I think this amount of non-linearity, this freedom, this exploration really is what makes Banjo Kazooie as fun as it is. It's like entering its own world, you know? And that is also greatly helped by the incredible atmosphere and tone that this game sets of being so fun and loving, you know? It's got like fairy tale aspects, it's got cartoon aspects, a lot of cartoon aspects actually, and it blends it all together very well. This shows the incredible importance of polish, you know? You have a 3D platformer, you may think, okay, make him jump here, make him jump there. And I said the same thing through Crash Bandicoot, and I use Bubsy 3D as a similar example. But this game and Crash Bandicoot do a much better job than any other platformer of their time of realizing the world around you and creating a truly living setting. Hey there, Mumbo, I got enough tokens. Banjo has plenty tokens. Stand on skull and press B to see mighty Mumbo magic. Yeah, he still doesn't really explain what he's gonna do here. Mumbo? Is this okay? Mumbo? Mumbo's magic free to change back. You come when ready. Termite bit small. Yeah, so basically he's turned us into a termite. So Mumbo really brings in a little bit of extra flavor into a lot of these worlds by giving us some transformations, you know? And in this case, it gives us the termite, which allows us to climb up here without slipping off. Even with the Talon Trot, we'd happen to slip off here. And we wouldn't be able to navigate quite as well. Whoops. Hold on, we gotta do that again. Oh, there we go, back up here. Pick up these notes. Hey, where'd you get those shorts? I want them. Sorry, mister, I'm out of here. He really looks like yellow shorts, huh? I'm taking these eggs. Give me that cool backpack or else. They just want our... They're all about our drip. They just want to steal it all. Well, anyway, made it through the little spiral there. Pick ourselves up. Extra life. Beautiful. And all this is to lead to... the last... the last Jiggy of the world. Normally there's a little dance he does here, which I guess we'll see next part, but for now, he doesn't do the dance when he's in termite form. How unfortunate. And looking at our totals... we are just missing 3 music notes and 1 extra honeycomb. And just like Mario 64, a lot of the freedom of this comes from the fact that you don't have to get everything. You know, there's thresholds in the game, so you have to get a certain amount. You still have to experience the game in some capacity, but how much you want to experience it is really up to you. Now, I think I know where those... oh, there's the last couple of notes, and yeah, the extra honeycomb's here. It was just in this bit of water I had ignored before. Can the termite go in water? Oh, it sure can. It can breathe underwater? What the hell? Hey, we found all 100 notes. Well, with that, we've finished Mumbo's Mountain entirely. I don't intend to 100% this game during the Let's Play itself, especially with some of the later on worlds, especially with the last couple. But I want to make it clear that 100%ing worlds like Mumbo's Mountain here is just a quick, fun process that strings everything together. This just took less than 20 minutes. It's truly fascinating just how fun this game still is to this day. And after leaving here, Gordy's Magic stops you taking the notes of the world, but the 100 you just collected count as your best note score. Try to get 100 on each world as they are needed to open the note doors. That's right. Well, anyway, leaving Mumbo's Mountain as the termite allows us to go up here and collect that extra Jiggy. Although the termite transformation can only go so far. If we try to leave... oh. That guy also likes our shorts? What the hell? Everyone just likes our gear, but... Mumbo magic get weak. Animal turn back or magic go. So yeah, that's him warning us that we're gonna turn back. So we're back to regular old Banjo form, and again, you can go back to Mumbo at any point to transform back, either way. It's just that I have to put a little bit of a limit on some of those transformations. You can't beat the game as a termite, sad to say.